Time now for an update on the Liberty men's tennis program, and for that, we check in now with the head coach of the Flames, Chris Johnson, kind enough to take a few moments for us. Chris, you got a young group, 7 underclassmen. How did they respond here in the fall?
Well, the good news was we got a lot of matches. One of the things that we try to do every year is get a lot of matches, kind of work them through the process. And with having such a young group, that was kind of paramount for us. And so the weather kind of cooperated this fall, and we got a lot of matches. So we know really where we're at right now.
Talk about some of the individual performances. Chase Burton, first Flame since Shea Thomas in 2013 to get to the round of 16 and singles main draw at the ITA Atlantic Regional. Was that a big accomplishment for him?
Yeah, for a freshman, we've never had anyone come in and kind of make it that far. Chase is an ATP ranked player coming in as a freshman, so wasn't any real surprises. Chase is a really good player, so we're excited to kind of watch his progress.
As you're looking at a young player like that and trying to get them acclimated to college tennis, they have some success early on. How do you – obviously it's a good thing that they're having success, but how do you kind of keep them grounded and keep them working on what they need to work on to get better?
Well, with Chase individually, he's got high expectations for himself, and he's achieved at a high level coming in. So, and I can tell you in his mind, he probably missed his goal. He was probably shooting for the semis or the finals of that regional tournament and so forth. He played some really good matches. So, we're just trying to kind of keep it in perspective, teach them how to be a part of a team as they're coming from kind of an individual background. So we kind of take it from that perspective.
Looking at some of the doubles success here, Diego Castano and Alex Pointer, black doubles flight at the NC State Invite. They won that. Those two together, how big of a factor are they going to be in the spring?
Yeah, they've done really well. We didn't know if that team was going to work, but you never know with doubles, and they really put it together. They had some great finishes, and not just at one tournament. They had some great finishes at a few different tournaments, beating some teams from Big 12 and ACC schools and things like this. So, I know they'll be a force come the springtime.
You mentioned it right there, not sure early on if that team was going to work together. What goes into forming teams out there, and what do you look for, as far as is this guy going to be compatible with this guy?
Well, they have to complement each other. One guy has a big serve, another one has great net play and so forth. But really, it's up to the players. They have to decide whether or not they're going to play well together. They kind of have to get through some tough times together. It's a team. So one guy's going to be good, another day another guy's going to be good, but they have to learn to kind of brother-in-law off of each other and really form a team out there, and that's what succeeds.
Another freshman, Vince Salas, he picked up a few wins here this fall, did well at the Wake Forest Invitational as well. Tell us a little bit about him and your expectations.
Vince grows every week. He came in and had some big skills, and he's so smart, and so he's learning. He's got a great work ethic, and when you put those two together, really good things can happen. When you look at our recruiting class this year with Chase and Vince, it's really having an impact on our roster. They've gotten a lot of matches, so going into the spring, the talent is big. And so, just looking at those two guys alone compared with some of the guys we got coming back, we are young, but we've gotten some great matches in the fall. As
you look ahead to the spring, what do you have the guys doing now to get ready for that?
Really just maintenance. We're healthy. So with so many matches this fall, we really have a good idea of where we're at. So we're trying to kind of build their muscle, get a little rehab on some small things that went on in the fall, get them some tournament play over the break, and come back ready to go.
Any other thoughts on the fall portion of the schedule or the program right now is where it is?
Well, we've done a lot of falls, and I had some interesting ideas coming into the fall with such a young team, and we had some things work. We had some things that we wanted to adjust, but we have a really good idea where this team is, even though they're young going into the spring. So the first part of the spring will be a learning process as we kind of get into some dual matches, but as they gain some experience being young, I look for a good spring.
Chris, appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
That's Chris Johnson, the head coach of the Liberty men's tennis team, and my name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flame Sports Network.